So in this film, we were asked to discuss how sustainability affects our lifestyles. First of all, what is sustainability? In this module, we'll come across many definitions on sustainability, but one that stands out is Brundtland's definition in 1987, meeting the needs of today without compromising the ability of future generations to meeting their own needs. In this film, we discuss how a change in our lifestyles in order to become more sustainable will have an impact on our lives and also the ones around us in terms of money, time, culture, social, nutrition, and our impact on the environment.
In our project, we took food as a case study for sustainability. Food is a basic need for human survival and essential commodity since the dawn of civilization. In today's modern age, more pressure is put on food producers to meet the demand of an increasing population. Intensive agriculture has decreased sustainability through pesticides and fertilizers, and also through the demand for food grown internationally. We wanted to create a sustainable meal, a main course and a dessert that has as little impact environmentally and socially as possible. We created wild boar sausages with mash and carrots, and for dessert, a Victoria sponge and jam.
In order to make our meal as sustainable as possible, it was vital that our ingredients were sourced locally. This reduces food miles and the carbon footprint of the meal and supports local farmers. We did a bit of research and decided that the Winchester Farmers Market would be the best place to buy our ingredients, being both local, frequent and easy to get to using public transport. The market is part of the Hampshire Farmers Market Group, meaning that all the stalls are run by local farmers selling their own produce. This enabled us to ensure that all the produce we bought was local. As the food was sold by the farmers themselves, it gave us the opportunity to check the provenance of the produce. We asked the stallholders about whether their food was organic or not, and they were able to tell us a bit about their farm setup, so we could decide whether to use their food in our sustainable meal. In the case of the meat, we asked about the welfare of the animals to make sure that our food was ethically sourced. By providing demand for this local produce, it will hopefully encourage more farmers to take part in these markets, reaping the rewards of selling directly to local customers and helping their businesses to stay afloat amongst the foreign competition. For the ingredients that we were unable to buy at the market, we had a policy of using the small outlets in Portswood to support local small businesses. We bought the most ethical option available, such as choosing the fair trade and organic options.
Next we moved on to cooking the food. The main meal was cooked over an open fire fueled by waste and dead wood, which was sourced locally to ensure our methods were environmentally friendly as possible. Firstly, we fried our wild boar sausages with our local onions in organic sunflower oil for a crisp, sharp taste. Potatoes and carrots were peeled and chopped and left to boil. The potatoes were local and organic, and the carrots were also local, but were of a heritage variety, giving a cultural aspect to our food. For the cake, we used a traditional sponge cake mixture of 4-4-4-2. This means 4 ounces of organic butter, 4 ounces of British organic flour, 4 ounces of fair trade sugar, and 2 local free-range eggs. The sugar and butter were whipped together, and once combined, 2 eggs were cracked and whisked in. Then the flour was slowly folded into the mixture. This was then left to rise for 20 minutes. Once cooked, the sponge was cut open and local organic strawberry jam was spread onto the top of one of the halves of sponge. Once spread evenly, the other half was placed back on top to create our cake with a sweetly sustainable taste.
If unsustainable farming practices continue to happen, pesticide and fertiliser use will increase, which will likely cause an increase in fossil fuels being burned. This has well-known impacts on the environment as well as impacts on fuel economics. Additionally, surface runoff will have impact on rivers and oceans, on the local and global environment. For us, there was a slim difference between buying our produce from a farmer's market than from a supermarket. Unlike traditional market economics, the nature of sustainability does not set out to give produce that is convenient and cheap for the consumer, but to make it fairer for all people involved in its production. If anything, we were slightly inconvenienced by having to travel further and pay more for produce that we could achieve for cheaper much closer to home. The effort required, although not extortionate, to produce this meal shows that sustainability is not yet fully integrated into our society. The process of sustainability is not one that we can complete alone, and we need help and guidance. It is up to people like us, people like everyone, to do what we know we should in order to make sustainability part of our world. It just seems like right now, you can't have your cake and eat it.